Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. Dailies have been a fun time so far. I don't like the range on this, as weird as this sounds. This is not a daily, this is just a normal Eden run, as normal as it gets. FZMK Waka! Now, you know what, one change? First off, rate of fire good, damage stat not amazing. However, I want to point out something positive. The bookworm transformation is like a huge design positive, in my opinion, in Afterbirth Plus. I do try to focus on the positive, I guess, more than, not everybody, but more than some people, you know? I know that there's been muted praise, or even, what's the word I'm looking for? Cynicism, sort of, but I don't know, something before cynicism. Some negativity, let's just say, about Afterbirth Plus. Bookworm means that when you start an Eden run, you have something like Anarchist Cookbook, instead of being like, wow, pretty trash spacebar item, you're like, okay, 2 more books until we have a chance to get Bookworm, or a guarantee to get Bookworm. Still a little in the dark about how Bookworm works. That being said, despite having Bookworm, we are going to, like, immediately sell it in order to take the pony, but still, it did what it had to do once, and that's what's important, I suppose. So now we got speed, we got the ability to fly, we're lacking HP, we want to improve our DPS, and the easiest way to do that right now is to improve our damage stat. Wouldn't mind a range upgrade, or a shot speed upgrade, but those are very secondary. Like, HP upgrades come first right now, which is why I'm actually thinking that probably the smartest thing we could do on this floor is try to make our way to 5 cents, and that'll do that. Luck, luck, luck. Okay, we tried. And by tried, I mean, you know, picked up all the money and hoped, but it's not like we have much else that we can do in that situation, so I stand by that as a smart decision-making process conclusion nonetheless. Alright, you should be dead. Normally, I don't do this, but if you could just go ahead and break them off, just a little preview of the remix. This allows us, by shooting those fires, to maybe get a, you know, unlucky, but still pretty dope spirit heart. Not unlucky, unlikely is what I mean to say. I don't know, my brain's all over the place here. There's our bombs, so a tinted rock is now extremely useful. Usually we probably average like 1 tinted rock per floor. And by average 1 tinted rock per floor, I mean we get 1 tinted rock per floor, and we miss 2 or 3 on average. If I'm gonna bring up some negative about Isaac, I think, like, you know, a lot of our runs are pretty much determined by the distribution and existence of tinted rocks, which seems like a weird design choice for me. I'm not complaining, because most of the time, like, it probably benefits us, but at the same time, a little strange. That's okay. Again, not complaining. Don't take that as a complaint. Looking for a crawl space or something. We could go to our shop, but I don't think I really care. I think I'm more interested in saving our bomb for the chance of getting a tinted rock on the next floor. Tinted rock, tinted rock. Tinted rock, tinted rock, tinted rock. Don't mind me, I'm just doing a caricature of myself. Oh, well, we picked up Mom's knife. The run, there could still be a loss in this run, though. All we need is a Death's Touch Guppy. Oh, there it is. Magic Mushe, that's pretty good. I don't really understand how it works. All right, the self-roasting is too real. That is a decent, acceptable trinket. I'm just waiting, like a single small rock all of a sudden puts this into great territory. This is an exciting floor, because I feel like, you know, I'm just gonna crash into Pin like a Dave Matthews Band song. Got you, son. Nothing personal, Pin. Nothing personnel, Pin. That's what I mean. I think it could go one of 2 ways. If we get some HP, maybe get a little extra damage, we're looking like we're in a great spot. If we get no HP, no damage, and then we take a deal with the devil basically just for precedent, well, you might argue we're getting what we deserve if we take that deal like that, but, you could see how we'd be on like 1 spirit heart or half a spirit heart and could come out of this one with a loss. I'm muchly, I'm very interested in, first off, learning the English language. If anyone out there can help me, that would be hugely appreciated. People do sometimes go, dude, lol, NL was an English teacher. You don't understand. English teacher does not equal ESL teacher in South Korea. You can get to that level, like, you can get to the there are people in Korea. Just in general, there's people in Korea. I think I'm gonna try Counterfeit Penny immediately, and then We got nothing out of it, but I'm gonna hold Ace of Spades for now. Now, there are people in Korea that could use, like, a real English teacher. You know, they have the skills required to, you know, be like, oh, what's a subject and a predicate? You know, what's the most persuasive word to use in this context? But really, as an ESL teacher in Korea, I mean, no offense if you're doing this right now, but there's a lot of, like, you know, I'm fine, thank you, and you know? It's a lot of repetition, a lot of, you know, playing a CD and getting kids to fill out workbooks. It's not really educating necessarily. You're more of like a productive babysitter. So we're at 28 cents with, sadly, not a whole lot to do with it. I love bombs are key right now, full health. Good to know, I suppose, but Blighted Ovum, Dave Matthews. I'm not anti-Dave Matthews, I'm not pro-Dave Matthews. All I know is that Dave Matthews is pro-Adam Sandler, and Adam Sandler is pro-Dave Matthews, so it creates a lot of confusion, you know, deep inside of me. There was a Tinted Rock, but I sadly used my bombs. Alright, because it is Afterbirth Plus, we can take that deal for the Pact. And our damage, well, just our DPS in general is a lot better now. And if you look at the item tracker, you'd be like, damn, son, don't make them like that anymore. We got some pretty high-quality items. Oh, there's our bomb. What we're lacking, though, is HP. Although 4 Spirit Hearts is admittedly not, like, unusable. It's actually fairly solid. Just looking for our item room, then we'll get out of here. If there's one pro, well, I mean, there's a lot of pros. We can fly, and our DPS, particularly our rate of fire, is really good. But the big thing that we got going for us right now is the ability to fly. That's the that's going to allow us to kind of hit above our weight class, I think. All right. I'm going to blow up all of these if I can find a safe spot to stand, because you never know if we can get, like, a crawl space out of this. That should be safe. We did get a crawl space. And the crawl space gives us Pinky Eye, which, I don't know, like, there's a lot of trinkets that kind of occupy this murky middle space for me. Already did that room. Where I don't really know in which situations a Pinky Eye is better than an Ace of Spades, is better than a Rusted Key, you know. They're all pretty good, but which one's better? I don't know. I think cards can have high value, so that's what I'm going to roll with for now. I'm going to let the power of inertia guide my decision-making process. Temporarily, at least. Could be a second secret room. We probably wouldn't reach it regardless, but there we go. We got a death card and a Spirit Heart. We're down to the next floor. Feeling great. I mean, DPS-wise, we're probably above average. And then survivability-wise, I'd say we're probably above average as well, because of the, primarily because of the ability to fly. And again, DPS-wise, not so much because of our damage, but our rate of fire is good enough. And our damage is, like, it's okay. Line up, line up. Good, I'll take it, good enough. Now we just need a Josh mod that changes the pony name into Dave Matthews Horse. You see, Crash Into Me is a 1994 song by the Dave Matthews Band. Features prominently in... is that in a movie? I don't know. Definitely Where Are You Going was in a movie. That was in Mr. Deeds. See, coincidence? I think not. You might be thinking I'm making up this Dave Matthews Band Adam Sandler connection. You know how the people rag on Adam Sandler, myself included, for making movies that are, you know, mostly, I don't want to insult anybody's taste, but not well received critically would be the polite way to phrase it. And people accuse him of, you know, cronyism because he gives his friends all the roles. First off, that's basically how the NLSS works as well. And, you know, I stand by that. I have integrity. I think we produce good shows, but, you know, people that get out of there. People that I work with, I tend to be friends with, I'd say. So I don't begrudge Adam Sandler that necessarily, you know, keep riding that gravy train. But not only did he use, you know, Where Are You Going in Mr. Deeds, probably, you know, Dave Matthews Band's, like, 5th most popular song ever or something like that, but Dave Matthews co-stars in Just Go With It, the movie he makes with Jennifer Aniston, or made with Jennifer Aniston. I don't really remember the plot very well. I believe he's the plastic surgeon, and then Jennifer Aniston may be his administrative assistant. I can't remember why they started a relationship. He's a dick or something, and then I'm getting a lot of Adam Sandler movies confused right now. He gets left at the altar? This is gonna sound like two different movies, and it may well be. He gets left at the altar, and then he goes to the bar, and ladies see his wedding ring, and they go, ooh, sleep with me even though you're married, even though he's not married, because he got left at the altar, but he still had his wedding ring on that he was gonna, you know, of course, wear for the rest of his life later that day. All right. I think those... You know what? After this room, I'm gonna pause. I gotta read the plot of Just Go With It. Is it Just Go With... What's... Just Friends? More Than a Friend? More Than a Feeling? Off Boston's self-titled album? If you're saying NL, who cares? Who cares? You're watching the wrong show, buddy. This is what we care about here. Wiki Wild, Wild, Just Go With It. It's a 2011 film starring Adam Sandler, Jennifer Aniston, Nicole Kidman, Nick Swardson, and Brooklyn Decker. That's correct. Danny Maccabee leaves his wedding right before the ceremony because he learns his fiance's cheating on him and was only marrying him because he's going to be a doctor. He goes to drink alone at a bar where a young, beautiful woman sees that he's wearing a wedding ring, asks him about his wife, and ends up sleeping with him. 20 years later, Danny's a successful plastic surgeon who feigns unhappy marriages to get women and to avoid romantic commitment that may lead to heartbreak. The only woman aware of his schemes is his office manager and best friend, Catherine Murphy, played by Jennifer Aniston, a divorced mother of two. Okay, now I remember. All right, so he meets a young lady that he falls in love with, but she doesn't fall victim to his schemes because she's actually a good person, unlike everybody else that we've seen in the movie so far. So he convinces her that he's an unhappy man. I don't know. At the end, he realizes he and Jennifer Aniston love each other, because of course. But then, you know, that movie's like a 5. It's not that bad compared to something like, you know, the ridiculous 6. Which I have not seen yet, but will shit on because, you know, track record alone. You know, you don't have to eat a Lunchable to know it's not made with high-quality meat. That's probably a bad attitude. But if you like Adam Sandler, by all means, dude. Don't let me shut you down, you know. Let your Sandler love prevail. Like, I don't want to be the cause of there being less joy in the universe. Oh, I can't watch this movie. This guy who plays The Binding of Isaac way too much on the internet is going to judge me. Who the fuck am I? And who are you to judge me like that? No, I'm not going to turn it around. That doesn't really make sense. I might go up to sundown, see where the bad guys are to be found, and make them lay down. Excuse me. Thank you. Dude, it is an XL floor. Okay. As I was looking at this floor, like, my God, it just never ends. We're probably missing either a secret room or a shop on the other side of this, but now that I know it's an XL floor, I feel like less under the gun. Okay, we've actually managed to get pretty far ahead of the system here. That's possibly a secret room. You pushed my bomb. I appreciate that very little. That is indeed a secret room. I stood still watching the bomb explode and took a hit. That's, you know, bad plan most of the time, I'd suggest. 2 pairs of pills. Okay, so that's 2 luck upgrades, which is great. 2 puberty pills. We can at least get closer to the aesthetic transformation, and it feels like I'm walking on sunshine. We will take the map. We will take Sack of Sacks. We will try the card. It's a death card. It could be worse. And Gertie Jr. Get Dave Matthews. We are coming to the point where it feels like I would like to give up the pony for a better active item. Really, the pony as an active item is just a passive ability to fly that takes up an active item slot. I know that sounds ridiculous. The principal benefit of the pony, though, is the fact that, we'll get those in a second, is the fact that you can fly. So if we can get the ability to fly and render this, you know, sort of deprecated, then we're just comparing, you know, the once every 4 rooms ability to Dave Matthews Band enemies to, other spacebar items, and I'll be honest with you, it doesn't compare that favorably. Okay, this is just not good play on my part. Leaning pretty heavily on this 1 in 3 chance, roughly, of getting a deal with the devil here. I'll take a Krampus play. Does not bother me one bit. We're at the tier cap, so no tiers ups. That's the only thing I'd ask. Give me a D up instead. Okay. That does not give us a damage. Oh, it does give us a damage up. My bad. Damage plus range. Certainly makes the Halo seem a little bit less overwhelming. You know what? Both item rooms are straight up down here. That's awesome. So again, you know, to be at the tiers cap, that makes it so that our relatively mediocre damage, not bad, just mediocre, is not actually that bad. It's functional, but we certainly want to improve it as soon as we conceivably can, before it becomes something that's holding us back. So, you know, 2 item rooms is a good opportunity for that to happen. Wow, almost dodged right into it. Sure. Experimental treatment has raised our damage at the cost of our luck and shot speed. Not that bad. We got a world card that will probably pop on the next floor, I presume, and that's a relatively successful 3rd and 4th floor. No deal with the devil, but we should have, you know, a much lower penalty on this floor and be much faster on this floor as well with a chance. Wow. Okay. The chance to get the boss rush. So we're going to open up by just hitting these item rooms. Probably we're going to want to go to the shop as well. We got mad sacks. Don't tell my urologist. I don't know why. You should probably tell my urologist. I don't have a urologist. Does anybody have a urologist? I guess if you had, like, chronic problems in that area, you would have a urologist. Otherwise, that kind of seems like, you know, I don't have a butcher. I have the ability to walk up to a grocery store counter and be like, hey, you know, give me some yakiniku or something like that, but give me 2 chops, as Mads Mikkelsen would say. I don't have a butcher, you know. Having a urologist seems to me like that would be indicative of chronic... You know what, don't let me insult you if you have a urologist. I don't think before I say things sometimes. More power to you, dude. And if you are a urologist, that's fucking good for you, dude. We have to work like 1 day a month. I mean, that 1 day a month, you're, you know, fixing hydra seals, but still. Not an inefficient way to live a pretty comfortable lifestyle, I suppose. He landed right on top of me. Making me regret using my Dave Matthews on somebody else. Dave Matthews, I'm realizing now, also sounds like a great name for a dick piercing. To tie it all together. Not to tie everything down there together. I don't know how that works. Luck down. Wow. Usually when you get that luck up, you're set for a little while. But restock's good. I doubt we'll make much of an effort to go to our Hush fight and take full advantage of it, but it's not bad. The big, you know, takeaway from this floor is definitely, please God, let us finally get some damage. We have a deal with the devil. There's a pretty good chance that, well, there's a decent chance that we're going to have a Hush fight. Not a Hush fight, what am I talking about? There's a decent chance we're going to have a Krampus fight. You know, that other boss. So we shouldn't get our hopes up too much about getting anything but maybe, like, Lump of Coal. Lump of Coal would be fine. Actually, I don't know, we might be interested in Krampus's head as well, but the pony is still doing what it says on the tin, you know? Two enemies survived there? Fucking close quarters combat, bro. Alright, give me... You know what? You gave me a lesson, and I think that that's valuable. I'm just gonna have to say thank you for that. Definitely should not have been standing there playing a little sloppy. The soul is great. It is not damage, but it is good. How many tower cards do you have to give me on one floor? There's like, you know, you gotta use SRAN to seed your RAND function. You're paying out with the same shit multiple times, and I accept that randomness can sometimes, if it's truly random, you know, you're just as likely to get the second duplicate of something as you are to get, you know, a different one. Or any different one, to be, you know, specific and unambiguous. But at the same time, it's starting to seem a little bit more than coincidence. Now, you might say you just lost your Eternal Heart, you dummy. You're not wrong. I did lose my Eternal Heart. I stand by this decision. I really want to get Ceremonial Robes, the Mark, You know, I'll lose some spirit hearts to make this happen. It bothers me very little. Anything to improve our offensive potency right now. Algiz would have been a great choice there. That's all right. We might as well take advantage of the Demon Judgment, you know, make hay while the sun's up. We're taking half damage compared to what it'll look like on the next floor. Might as well enjoy ourselves down here. And that's boss rush, so as far as I'm concerned, money well spent, or HP well spent. Full health, okay. Get more plays. Come on, though, dude. It's getting a little, you know, methinks the Demon Judgment doth protest too much here. Sin ropes. That's full health again? Feels like I'm walking on sunshine. Okay, sure. Hook him up. More pills. Dude, this guy is like the longest I've ever seen a Demon Judgment live. So there's the adult transformation. Did we get HP out of the adult transformation? I thought it gave you nothing, but 1 HP is, well, it makes up for the Eternal Heart. It means we probably made a good decision. And Little Horn, I think there is approximately nothing wrong with that. Although I don't expect to be firing off, you know, too many black holes if it is luck dependent, which a lot of our, you know, tier effects of this sort of are. But it's a pretty great tier effect when you can get it to pop. Still, I mean, 5.22 damage. We're starting to get to the point where it's a little rich to complain about it, but that's never stopped me before. It's not going to stop me now. Not really interested in that. Judgment card. Let's do it all over again, baby. I'm ready. Got a 100% deal with the devil chance. We do want to get through this, like, pretty soon. You know this dude's got me. All right, start with the devil. Since we can teleport out, I'm thinking we're, like, just gonna go through with this right now. The only question is whether or not we can kill Mom in time. And this is one of those runs where, like, it's good at clearing rooms, but it seems like it might be garbage at killing bosses. Like, Little Gish is living longer than I would like Little Gish to live. But we will get Little Gish. This is Gish, not Little Gish. Gish is taking longer than I'd like to admit Gish is taking. But take this. Okay, don't need you just yet. We'll come back and play you later. Big Chub actually landed some shit there. This is where things are going to get a little dicey because Blue Mom is tanky, dude. Yeah, I think we may actually not make boss rush now. We'll still teleport out, though. I don't think this means that Blue Mom is bullshit. I just wish the foot came down more often because that's what actually, like, takes the most damage. All right, pop up, pop up. Yes, we got Big Chub to land, but nah, it's not gonna be enough. All right, life goes on. What did I say like 2 rooms ago? I was like, this seems like the kind of run where it's deceptively a little worse at killing enemies or killing bosses than it might seem based on, you know, the roster on paper. We're actually gonna be like 30 seconds too slow for this, which is surprising. Not the end of the run, certainly. Oftentimes boss rush is kind of garbage, but take that. We got our 100% deal with the devil chance. This will be a great time for a very good item. I'm not looping. We looped very recently. Yes, I will take the passive ability to fly. Okay, so now we can get rid of the and not worth it, really. Now we can get rid of the pony if we can find a better opportunity for it. I am going to play that Demon Judgment some more. It scares me. It really does, because I think that... That's 2 world cards? Because I feel like that Demon Judgment has it out for me, dude. I don't feel like I've made the greatest decisions ever on this run, by the way, but I am... And I actually think we're in a decent spot, but I feel like things could start to go off the rails pretty soon. I certainly stand by our... Oh, we have the Era rune. We don't need the world. Or rather, we would like it, but we'll save this for the chest nonetheless. Loveless. Can't stand the heat. Get out. The wild, etc., etc. Yeah, let's give this guy a chance to... Let's give him a chance to disappoint me. Now that we got the Polaroid, we can be a little bit more aggressive, I guess. We got Succubus. Okay, so everything that I just said is completely for naught. We got a great item from killing him. And I feel bad about suggesting that he sucked. I was kind of hoping for another demon judgment, to be honest with you. Alright, we out of here. That went pretty well. No more XL floors, though. I am ready for normal size floors. Utero 1 with the map. I think it's probably down. You know what I would love to see here? Death's Touch. You know, you think you're so smart. You're the smartest person in your 3rd grade class, maybe. I apologize for that outburst. No, what I would love to see is Toxic Shock Syndrome. It's another item I ask for fairly frequently, but not quite as frequently as, you know, Death's Touch. Toxic Shock Syndrome is dope, though, because it gives us... It lowers the HP of all enemies on the room. That's the way that I like to think about that item, at least, is that any enemy on a room is going to be easier to kill, which is pretty much what we need with relatively not great damage. However, these fuckers. We can work around our not-so-amazing damage somewhat easily with Succubus. We just have to be smart about it. Now, I will take 1 Spirit Heart to come into this room. Take 1 Spirit Heart of penalty to come into this room. Get puberty again. Now we're like the super adult. 1 Spirit Heart lost to get a luck upgrade. I'm torn on that. If we get something like Gimpy, then that could be worth it. If we don't get something like Gimpy, it might never manifest itself as being particularly useful. I don't know if it works with Little Horn, by the way. Again, if Little Horn is dictated by science, or if it's dictated by luck, sorry. Well, but science and luck are indistinguishable from one another at a certain point. Then we would be a little bit more interested. To be honest with you, I'm not going back for a key. We don't need to. You can tell I'm starting to stink of desperation a little bit, though, because, like, this room's fine, no problems, but I will be using bombs to escape some of these rooms. Like, this one actually, you know what? We should have. I was going to say this one doesn't warrant it, but, you know, shows what I know here. We're getting quite low on HP. That was actually just stupid. What we should do is, you know, hope for 9 lives. Hope's a bad word sometimes, because it indicates that, you know, you're looking for something that might be somewhat out of your control. But you can't control everything, you know? You step onto an airplane, your life's in the hands of the pilots and the engineers who built the plane. Pilots flying at the engineers who built it, you know, the designers who designed it. The people at the duct tape factory who made the tape that's holding the flaps on properly, you know? You gotta put your life in other people's hands sometimes. I'm putting my life in the troll engine's hands. With me, you know, at least being a co-driver temporarily. Conquest, better test your chest, Conquest. I actually think that the regular pony is probably better. Oh, no, but the white pony is still... No, the white pony's 6 rooms. But is the effect better? Yeah, I have to accept that the effect is better. Okay, don't throw this one. This one, it has a win inherent in it. And you've thrown away like 4 Spirit Hearts on this floor. I'm not even counting the curse room. No deal with the devil. We'll take white pony. It is every 6 rooms. Alright, we out. We got tons of HP. Tons of HP. Nothing to worry about, dude. Never felt better. Gotta check. Absolutely. Alright, give me my bosses. Mom's little baggie of pills? That's like 18 different item names thrown together. Look, I am Mr. Zane. We can't take the little baggie, or it will kill Yera. So that's like step 1 of like a horrible plan for failure. Well, great plan for failure, a horrible plan for success. But we could Yera the Spirit Heart. And that's surprisingly tempting, I would say. I'm probably not going to, just because I'm so attached to the idea of using the Yera, you know, for good instead of evil. I'll just take it, but I was tempted. I think the secret right now, you know, with 37 bombs, is if we encounter a room that's easy, we fight it. If we're extremely, you know, relatively likely to take damage, we bomb our way through it. This room is fine, for example. You know, these sacks could save us a buttload of problems. This room is also fine. We should also be very cautious about our use of the pony, which is a good item. There's another half spirit heart that can sometimes lead to despair if we use it to crash into a wall close to an enemy, for example. So we got another situation here where we could have gone into our curse room, but instead I think we made the smarter decision. All right, again, to lose a run because of incompetence is sinful. To be incompetent for a while and then pull it back, I'm not saying it's cause for celebration, but it's at least a step up. We'll save those battery charges. You know, for what? I don't know. Okay, now we won't, but... It's like maybe at some point in the future there'll be a reason for that. Okay, I'm assuming that the longer... This is like Lion's law of... Oh, you moron. Lion's cartographical law. Number 71B. If there appear to be 2 routes to the boss, the longer route is the more valid one. Now, like all rules, it's made to be broken. Not this time, though. Totally acceptable. Tomo, you can't come in right now. Because if I let you in, you're gonna call Ruka, and then Ruka's gonna be like, "Oi, why didn't you let me in first? Why haven't you fed us yet?" And it's like, it's a whole thing. I can't explain it. Cats don't have a strong grasp of the English language outside of, or maybe even including their own names. Did you know Big Chubby's blocking shots? It actually makes it fairly useful. Beyond just like a little bit of a value add in terms of damage. Okay, so we guaranteed deal with the devil. Definitely not doing the hush fight. Tell you that much with certainty. Guppy's tail, but permanent Polaroid invincibility as well. And you know what? Golden chest could be great for us. So this is an aggressive play, but permanent Polaroid invincibility is pretty useful. Red chest? I think we should. Wow, we got 2 spirit hearts in our first chest. That is, and then another spirit heart in our middle one. Okay. A little ridiculous, but I'm not one to be complaining right now. And actually, you know what? We should use our charge. But we shouldn't use it on this guy because we'd crash into the wall right next to him. Use it like that instead. And then pick this up. We got a full charge again. These guys do not warrant it, though. This is, like, easier than your average cathedral room. Alright, so we got a lot of spirit hearts back for that. That's, surprising is one word I would use. Fantastic. Lucky. You know, there's a lot of words that I think apply to this present situation, to be honest with you. And for once, you know, you've assuaged my complaining. I could complain about the fact that we're still on, you know, 5 damage, just about to head down to the chest. Could complain about the fact that we haven't found a way to compensate from a tier standpoint. And I don't think I would be in the wrong necessarily to do so. However, having just gotten a little bit of an extreme dose of luck, I'm going to choose to not complain about those. And by not complain about those, I mean complain about those, but say I'm not complaining so I get the credit for not being a complainer despite bringing up my grievances nonetheless. All right. It looks like we're going to come out of this decently on the cathedral. I won't say that we're going to come out of it decently on the chest. What I will say is that the map has been exquisite for us. The less rooms we have to do, the more likely we are to succeed on this run in general. Feels like it could be a secret room. We're just like, we're raw on these bombs right now. 41 raw bombs. Rah, 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 bombs. This is relevant because Lady Gaga sang in the Super Bowl. I have, you know, the Super Bowl is actually literally going on while I record this, so this will date it. It's not timeless content. It was 21-3 for the Atlanta Falcons when I checked on ESPN.com trying to see if the Vancouver Canucks had fired their coach yet. Not that I wish that they would, just I'm kind of on watch right now. Probably he's going to make it to the end of the season. But anyway, yeah, the Super Bowl. You get the idea. So I think the right time to crash into him is like right there. Just wanted to make sure we got through the second phase during the crashing. It's going to be a long-ish fight considering the considering that we're, you know, somewhat decently equipped, I guess. Like, I'm really, really tempted to throw bombs in. Because that's gonna, you know, be one of the few ways that we can actually deal consistently more damage to him. I bet we got 2 more phases here, and then we're good. Yeah. And Big Chub, I'm not saying it's an A item. I'm not even saying it's a B item. I'm just saying it's more useful than I actually realized based on the fact that it's blocking shots. Moon card, I don't care about at all. All right, here we go. Don't forget to use Yera. You're not holding the left hand, so you're fine in that department. Let's capitalize. Curse of Darkness. Fairly irrelevant. Okay, Punching Bag, a Fly, Dead Onion, Sissy Longlegs, Teleport, Dark Bomb, Eden's Blessing is lovely. For next run, doesn't give us anything right now. Dark Bomb is great. Teleport I don't care about. Sissy Longlegs. Dead Onion. So our shot speed's going to be terrible, but piercing shots effectively, pretty good. Best Bud, I don't think we're close to... I don't think we're close to the Beelzebub transformation, by the way, but... Why use Teleport? Well, I feel like we already have the passive ability to fly via Lord of the Pit. Let's use Teleport to try to get us into that boss room ASAP. Honestly, though, all things considered, I think Dead Onion is actually... It's worth the cost of doing business right now. I'm gonna open it because it's because we're on the chest. So one spirit heart that we got on that room to get something, and we may want to actually go back for that heart at some point, but not right now. So we're gonna check this. We're gonna teleport out. We're trying to get closer to the boss fight. At some point, like maybe with like 5 teleports, it would have been faster to just walk. Not just faster, but like, you know, smarter. To just walk, so we'd opened up a path that we could reuse if we somehow get respawn items. Dude, this is actually embarrassing to me that I'm taking this much damage against these dudes, but... Emperor. Moon. Moon's fine. We should give this guy keys. Any chest that he gives us, be out of that dress when you meet Jim dress. Well, except for that one. Thanks for making me look like an idiot. But red chest with guppy items? Yeah, I'm not against it. Wow. All right. Well, we out. We've teleported again in what I would consider to be a suboptimal direction. You know what we need now, or would like to have now? Shielded Tears. Dead Onion plus Shielded Tears with these, like, black hole tears. It's going to cut them up. Speed down. And Lemon Party. Lemon Party's a good pill. I wish that I had PhD so I could get the value out of Lemon Party more often. All we need to do is get close-ish to the boss fight. We don't need to even land, like, 1 room away. If we can just land close to the boss fight, that's a start. But we really need to smarten up, honestly. Bookworm? I don't know why I thought we were getting Bookworm there, but... we need to smarten up. We've taken more damage than we should. Like, than we have any legitimate reason to take. Trying to throw in the occasional bomb, even though we don't get any added effects. Now we are closer to the boss rush. Dude, thank God for these fucking... Oh. Like, unbelievably lucky Spirit Heart plays. I've played pretty badly at times on this run, obviously. Okay, yeah, I guess I'm playing this guy too. I played pretty badly at times on this run. Yeah, no kidding. And yet, we've come out of it looking pretty decent. Now, you're going to say Infestation 2. Wow, carried. Wow. GG. And I guess... there is truth to that, because we are going to be killing flies, but most of those flies that generate spiders are then going to be used to kill Monstro 2. So we're only going to leave here with maybe, like... I'd be surprised if we left here with 6 spiders due to Infestation 2. So we're not really gaining that much. Maybe on the Blue Baby fight we'll get a little bit more of a bonus there, but... somewhat skeptical. Weird time to play chicken, but... Alright, with the wafer, I'm going to give this a shot. Come on, dude. Come on. Ace of clubs. I'm going to do it again. Do I feel like a smart man? Not necessarily. We could have got 2 of diamonds. All right. You know what? You did it to yourself. That's not going to be a secret room. All right. Well, hopefully that doesn't end up being, you know, what kills us here. We want him to generate as many flies as possible. And this is really where we're doing, you know, permanent Polaroid invincibility plays. What I mean by that is, you know, anytime we get hit, obviously we got to be in there. But beyond that, there will come a point, you know, he hits us, we get 3 or 4 seconds of invincibility. The damage that we can do in 3 or 4 seconds will be greater than the damage that he can do to us. Well, let me put it this way. The simpler calculation is just, can we hit lethal on him before he can hit us again? And the answer is, you know, basically yes right now. All right, that run was harder than it had to be. I have to know. I have to know. He's done it. See you in hell, motherfuckers. Alright, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.